What happens when you try to take on not just one of the best basketball players, but also the most powerful fan base on the planet? That's the situation Angel Reese finds herself in right now.
Angel Reese has her podcast, Unapologetically Angel. And on her podcast, she had a guest, Kayla Nicole, who is the ex-girlfriend of Travis Kelce, who obviously dates Taylor Swift, right? I mean, I think everybody knows that.
After her latest podcast blunder, she's up against not just Caitlin Clark, but also Taylor Swift's millions of dedicated fans, Swifties. How did this all unfold, and is there any way for Angel to come out on top?
The old post is being resurfaced and boosted as Caitlin Clark fans and Taylor Swift fans start to become one, which would equate to the largest fan base perhaps in the history of the universe.
Angel Reese, known for her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, recently invited Kayla Nicole, ex-girlfriend of Travis Kelce, to join her. For those living under a rock, Travis Kelce is now dating Taylor Swift, one of the biggest celebrities in the world. But here's where things go south for Angel.
You know, Angel can handle herself in that space, I guess, a little bit, and she posts this, Peyton Pays Too, about it, and she's ready for the onslaught. She's painting her nails to get ready to rock and roll with the Swifties. Angel ain't afraid of the Swifties. Respect to Angel for
Her
that.
attempt to stir the pot and stay relevant backfired big time, and it's Swift's massive fan base, along with Caitlin Clark's supporters, who are piling on. Remember Angel's infamous taunt during the NCAA championship game? The one where she pointed to her finger, mocking Caitlin Clark? At the time, Angel seemed like she had the upper hand, rubbing her championship win in Clark's face. Fast forward to now, and things have come full circle. The internet never forgets, and now Caitlin Clark's fans, fueled by Taylor Swift's supporters, are bringing that moment back into the spotlight. The tables have turned, and Angel is now the one being mocked by millions.
Where Angel Reese can do a podcast that gets this much attention, that then brings the attention to Caitlin Clark, who already had the most attention from the fan base of the person outside of sports who gets the most attention.
How did we get here? Well, it all started with Angel trying to stay in the public eye. Her podcast episode with Kayla Nicole, while seemingly harmless, ignited the wrath of Swift's army of fans. You see, Swifties are fiercely loyal, and they don't take kindly to anyone trying to throw shade at anyone in Taylor's orbit, including Caitlin Clark. And Angel's comments and actions didn't sit well with them.
Because the Swifties, there are a lot of them, and they're in mass. So Reese is ready. She's hunkered down. She's ready to take on whatever comes with Taylor Swift.
What she probably thought would be an attention-grabbing podcast episode turned into a full-blown PR nightmare. The Swifties, along with Clark's basketball fan base, have joined forces, and Angel Reese is their latest target. Angel has always been outspoken and unapologetic, and while that attitude can work in her favor on the basketball court, it's proving to be a major misstep off of it. She underestimated the sheer force of Taylor Swift's fan base, and now she's paying the price. Social media is ablaze with Swifties digging up Angel's past, particularly her NCAA championship taunt. It's almost as if the internet has made her the poster child for bad sportsmanship, while Caitlin Clark, by doing nothing, has become the golden child. And this isn't just your average online feud. The Swifties operate on a whole different level. They're relentless, coordinated, and most importantly, they're everywhere. Angel is finding out the hard way that you don't want to mess with the Swifties, especially when they've decided to back someone like Caitlin Clark. It's not just that they're defending Taylor's association with Clark, it's that they've fully embraced Clark as one of their own. It's a strange twist of fate. Caitlin Clark, who has always let her game do the talking, is now being championed by one of the most dedicated fan bases in the world. All the while, Angel is trying to navigate the backlash from a simple podcast appearance. What's worse is that Angel's attempt to stay relevant through this podcast with Kayla Nicole didn't even work in her favor. In fact, it had the opposite effect. Angel thought she could continue riding the wave of attention after her NCAA championship win. But it's becoming clear that the attention she's getting now is far from positive. The Swifties are out in full force, and they're not just content with leaving a few nasty comments. They've turned this into a full-blown cultural moment, one where Angel is being dragged for everything from her attitude to her actions on the court. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is thriving. She doesn't need to engage in the drama because the Swifties are doing the work for her. And it's not just Taylor Swift's fans that are rallying behind Clark. It's sports fans as well. Caitlin is seen as the humble, hardworking athlete who doesn't need to trash talk or stir up drama to stay relevant. and that's resonating with people. Angel, on the other hand, is learning the hard way that stirring the pot can backfire spectacularly. Her attempts to throw shade at Clark have only backfired, and now she's left scrambling to deal with the fallout. Even her attempts to partner with Kayla Nicole, in what she likely thought would be a smart PR move, have only led to more ridicule. After all, trying to use Travis Kelce's ex as a way to stay relevant while he's dating Taylor Swift is a bold move, but clearly not a smart one. The Swifties have rallied behind Caitlin Clark, and they're not letting Angel off the hook. Social media is flooded with memes, comments, and posts mocking Angel, and it's only getting worse. Every time Angel tries to defend herself or explain her actions, it only seems to fuel the fire. Swifties are relentless, and they don't back down. Once they've decided to take someone down, they go all in. And here's the thing, Caitlin Clark doesn't even need to do anything. She's just sitting back, letting her game and her fans do the talking. She doesn't need to engage in the drama because her supporters are doing it for her. It's a stark contrast to Angel, who seems to be constantly trying to stir things up to stay in the spotlight. This whole situation has turned into a lesson in how to manage fame and how not to. Caitlin Clark has played it perfectly. She's let her skills on the court speak for themselves and avoided unnecessary drama. Angel, on the other hand, has tried to stay relevant by stirring up controversy, and it's backfired in spectacular fashion. At the end of the day, this whole saga is a stark reminder of the power of fan bases, especially one as large and dedicated as Taylor Swift's. Angel thought she could get away with throwing shade, but she didn't count on the Swifties stepping in and defending Caitlin Clark. Now, she's left trying to clean up the mess, while Caitlin is sitting pretty with the backing of not just sports fans, but one of the most powerful fan bases in the world. In the grand scheme of things, this whole ordeal has only solidified Caitlin Clark's status as a rising star, both on and off the court. Angel Reese, on the other hand, is learning that fame is a double-edged sword. You can't just stir up drama and expect it to go your way, especially when you're up against the Swifties. So, where does Angel go from here? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear. When you try to take on Caitlin Clark and the Swifties, it's not going to end well.